Hey everyone, my name is Dayna Payne, and I'm a 16-year-old girl, and I have been suffering from RSD for almost 3 years now. It started back in October of 2011, and I broke my foot when I was working in a haunted hospital, and we went to the doctor, and I kept telling him that something was wrong, that it wasn't a normal break. And they did surgery, and I kept trying to let him know that something wasn't right. And he finally told me, he's like, Dayna, I think you have RSD. I had no idea what RSD was or anything about it. I never heard of it. So my first reaction was, okay, well, what do we do? Like, what medicine do I take? When will it be gone? Just, simple questions of, okay, when can I go back to being fine again? And he looked at me and he told me, he's like, Dayna, there is no cure. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And I just kind of looked at my dad, and it was really hard to understand because I never had really any bad medical issues, and I didn't understand really how, like, what exactly was going to happen. So I was just, okay, it'll get better on its own. It'll be fine. And so I went to school. I was in a wheelchair after the surgery, and I was bullied a lot more than most people realize. But I look fine. I look healthy. I look happy. I smile, and that's just me. That's just my personality. But it made people believe that I was okay, that there was nothing wrong with me. And it really hurt. It hurt my feelings when people that I've grown up with, that I've known all my life, would look at me in the face and tell me that they were embarrassed to be with me, that they couldn't be seen with me because I was in a wheelchair, or that since everyone was calling me fake, they didn't want to be with someone who was fake. And just to help you understand what RSD is reflex sympathetic dystrophy, which the newer term for it is CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome. And it is rated the highest pain, the pain condition on the McGill pain scale, higher than birth, higher than amputation, higher than cancer, higher than, almost everything. And it is an extremely excruciating pain. And for me, it started in my foot, and it spreads throughout your body. Mine started in my foot, and at one point, it was all the way up to my neck and in my hands. And when you are in this much pain, it's not like you can just take medication and you'll be fine. It's not. I was taking Nucynta 3 times a day like it was nothing, which is pretty much morphine in a pill form, and Lyrica, Lortabs, Ultram, everything, and just nothing helped. And we did nerve blocks, we tried the spinal cord stimulator, we tried the lidocaine infusion, we were going to do the ketamine infusion, and I just wasn't comfortable with that. But one day, I had finally got to the point where I just didn't care anymore. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to give up. It was just hard. I lost all my friends. I had my boyfriend, but I just felt like I was alone, that there was no one that actually understood that maybe it was a mental thing. Maybe I was crazy. Maybe it was all in my head. And you can't be in that much pain and not be able to move, not be able to get up out of bed, and just every second is just excruciating. It can't be a mental thing. And so one day my boyfriend came up to me and said that he found a video online of a girl named Amanda who had RSD, and she had done this cow mare treatment. I had no idea what it was, and honestly I didn't want to know what it was. I didn't care anymore. I was done. I just wanted to give up. And so he talked to my dad about it, and we finally decided that we would go up to New Jersey for this treatment. And we went up there to Dr. Cooney and went in there with a negative attitude. But we finally started the treatment, and it took a couple days for anything to happen. But after probably about the third day, my pain started coming down just a little. I mean just a little, from like a 10 to like a 9.5. But that was something. It was a little bit. And so we kept going. And about the 10th treatment, my dad asked me, he was like, Dayna, what's your pain? Like your pain scale, just like he always did. And I looked at him, just confused, just so lost. I was like, Dad, I'm not, it's down, like I'm not hurting. And he just froze and he looked at me and he was like, what? And I was like, Dad, I'm not hurting, like my pain is down. And he started crying, I started crying, the doctor started crying. And just for a second, it was like I knew what it was like to be normal again. And so it was a very, very emotional time, and just calling everybody that we knew to tell them. And it was the best feeling I'd ever imagined. And finally, we kept doing these treatments for about 2 weeks, and my pain would come down to a 0. And then as soon as I left, it started to come back. And I had watched so many other patients go into that office, come in wheelchairs and not being able to move, and literally run out the door with just the biggest smile on their faces. And it was truly a miracle to witness that and just see these people get their lives back because of this machine. And the sad thing is when I came back to my doctor, my primary pain management doctor, and I told him about CalMare, and he had never heard of it. And so my dad's like, okay, and he gave him this big old package on it and told him to read up on it. Well, we have now sent out things to every doctor in about a 2-hour radius of where I live, because there is no one in the southeast around like the panhandle of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, anywhere in there is just not this treatment. And there's so many up north, up in New York, and up there in the north, and then out west, and there's a couple way down south. But I'm now driving because it was just too hard to go every month up to New Jersey. Just financially, we physically couldn't do it. And so finally, we've started to go down south to Boynton Beach, and it's about 8 hours away from us. And we are going down there every other week. I am a tough case. I am not like most. But it's been really hard because my pain is just coming back. And while I'm on the machine, my pain comes down, and that is the only time that I get to be human again, where I get to smile and be happy and know what it's like to be a teenager just for the time I'm hooked up to the machine. And if I could get the treatments more often, then I and my family strongly believe that my pain would consistently stay down. And that is what my goal is, and we're finally, like, we've started doing a fundraiser now for a doctor up here around where I live to buy this machine. So if you go down into the box down there, there is a link to go to for GoFundMe.com. And guys, I know I look fine, I look healthy and happy, but it is unbelievable how hard it is to get up every day and keep fighting and keep going and keep a smile on your face. And I will go in a corner and just cry until I am numb and I literally have nothing to cry anymore. It's just dry. And you just sit there just feeling dead inside. And it's really hard for someone who's never experienced this kind of pain to understand what it's like. But it's not just me. There's so many other RSD patients out there and other illnesses, and this machine doesn't just help me. It doesn't just help RSD. It helps diabetic nerve pain. It helps neuropathy. It helps arthritis. It helps cancer. I mean, it helps so many things. And I just don't understand why our area is not invested in this yet. And I really need you guys' help, and I know I look healthy and fine, but I'm not all disabilities are visible, so don't judge someone just because they look fine. I look fine. I'm really not, guys. And it's hard to understand, but I need your help, and I'm trying to put away my pride and just beg from the bottom of my heart that I need you guys. And all of you people that are up here on that collage up there who supported me with wearing orange, it means more than I can ever tell you. And I just need you guys' help just a little bit more, please, to just donate just a little bit. I mean, you can donate anonymously, and a little bit goes a long way, and I really need you guys' help. So please just keep all of us RSD people strong and keep fighting no matter what you're going through. Just keep a smile on your face and just keep going.